Goal actually, Garcia. Aspe pushing up on the left side. R.Ramírez from a similar spot, able to score against Ecuador to help Mexico get here. Sánchez comes out, loves to juggle, gets hit by Ruggeri. Play on. Batistuta the target again. R.Ramírez over, knocks it aside. Mentioned both of these teams coming from Group C.
Well, Mexico got into the out of the group play, I should say, because they were one of the better third-place teams. So,
when you take a look, their very first Copa America game was a disappointment against Colombia. Zague scored to equalize near the hour mark, but they gave up a goal 3 minutes from time. Give credit to Mejia Barón as he got this team refocused. Of course, it does help when you have that third place wild card. But many thought that the two CONCACAF teams would be lambs to the slaughter. The U.S. was 3 and out after a difficult draw against Venezuela that officially eliminated them. But Mexico holding on and advancing all the way to the final. 8th foul, by the way, against Mexico so far. Only 3 whistled against Argentina. Nice work out of the back. Will it stay in play? Yes. Patiño up the line. It's Zague. Deflected wide off the tackle. Look how far over Altamirano had to come. It'll be a corner kick for Mexico.
Well, if you turn the clock forward from back in 1993, change the hairstyles and the short length a little bit, you might be able to see a little bit of Borrelli and Zague. Kind of the tall player, the rangy player, good in the air, but also good with the feet for a tall guy.
Ball pushed back into the corner as Gustavo Zapata stepping forward against his counterpart, Galindo. Galindo sweeps it in front. Goycochea in front of Sánchez. Goycochea checks in about 6'2". Sánchez 5'10", maybe 5'11" on a good day. But watch out with his leg whip, that patented bicycle kick, and a ferocity inside the area. Goycochea is going to have to be on his toes.
Well, he has been, or was on his toes, I should say, Phil, looking back in this tournament. Penalties were so important. Argentine players didn't miss, and Goycochea came up big in the penalty kick save against Colombia.
Ruggeri long. Deflected back. Suárez the foul over Batistuta. Mentioned their hookup right across town at the Capwell. "14 minutes in, Patiño scored. He's on the ball again for Mexico. He was equalized by Ruggeri in the 28th. Still no score here. So the 1-1 draw let Mexico know they could play with them. But here comes Batistuta. Rolls it past Campos. Just wide. Good through ball. Great run. And a touch unlucky on the shot.
Well, it was started by Gorosito. He played it forward to Simeone. Simeone immediately takes this space quickly. Draws a defender. Fights one off. Lays it off to Batistuta, who just misses. He doesn't miss often. Incredible efficiency, Batistuta, in his career, not just for the clubs, for Fiorentina, of course Roma as well, but for the national team.
Ball forward for Galindo, back for Zague. Lays it off for Ramírez. Gorosito switches. Simeone.
That's well
Gutiérrez does a good job to slow him down, and here's Patiño.
It's that help defending once again, making the difference.
Patiño trying to take it all the way down to the corner. Double teamed. Knocked aside, and it's going to be a throw-in for Mexico. U.S. actually helped Mexico make it here. It's the two best third-place teams. Paraguay with 3 points. Mexico actually advanced with 2 after their draw against Argentina. They had a scoreless draw with Bolivia. That goal differential of -1, their loss against Colombia in the first, just better than Venezuela's, who, if the U.S. had not forced the comeback, would have advanced. Throw into Galindo. Things starting to slow down at the final here at the Monumental. Zage coming over to the right side and gets a hard welcome from Ricardo Altamirano. Enough, says Resende. After their 1-1 draw against Mexico, Argentina another 1-1 draw against Colombia. So their 1-0 victory over Bolivia good enough for them to advance. And eventually the two sides would hook up here with all the marbles on the line. Blasted through Ambriz, deflected slightly Ruggeri, cleared long upfield, and Campos well off of his line to regroup. In the quarterfinals, Mexico doubled up Peru 4-2. Here's Ambriz's blast to the middle. Argentina needed Goycochea's help again. And another penalty kick shootout to knock off their arch rivals Brazil. Argentina also advanced on penalties to beat Colombia to get to the final, while Mexico did it in regulation, beating Ecuador by that 2-0 count, and a brilliant goal from R.Ramírez to set the stage. That followed Hugo Sanchez's 23rd minute tally. Still no score, 20th minute here, trying to change it. Suárez deflected near side. Batistuta and Redondo back even on the defense. Crossed in Gutiérrez. Glancing header. There's Batistuta flipping it out far side. Poorly touched. R.Ramírez almost gives it away, and now cleaning the deck was Gustavo Zapata.
You look back at this Argentine team, the combination of skill players, goal scorers, moving midfielders like Simeone, and then the hard players like that play by Zapata, and the goalkeeper, of course. They really had all the elements of a great team.
Headed clear. Flipped back Gorosito, back to the midfield, and again it's Ramírez. Nacho Ambriz stepping up into the midfield a little bit more, leaving Suárez, Ramírez, and Gutiérrez to handle the defense as Goycochea shepherds this one. Across for the goal kick. Colombia beating Ecuador in that Northern Andean rivalry for the third place showdown. El Tren Valencia, the goal 4 minutes from time, the only tally in that goal. Played in Porto Viejo. And now still awaiting our first tally here. Midway point approaching, and another foul against Mexico, their 10th. Chipped forward. Costa very good on the flanks. Tries to switch. Running into a buzzsaw. Ramírez. Now it's Zage taken out again. F.Basualdo saying he got the ball. Resende saying he's got a card.
Cleared away this time. Now Zage just gets clipped from behind that time by F.Basualdo. F.Basualdo, among the leaders in appearances for Newell's, 300 appearances for the club. He played for River Plate as well. And again, Phil, part of that 91 Copa America championship team.
Good look at the Mexico bench. And there, the reserves that Basile has at his disposal.
Well, in preparing for this match, their legacy of so many of these players is so long. When you look at titles won, club play, and look at a player like Redondo, played for Real Madrid from approximately 1994 to 2000, 155 appearances, and then he went and played for AC Milan, where he was injured and actually refused to accept some of the wages from the club because he was hurt. Now,
can you imagine that happening today?
It's really impossible to think of that happening today, in particular in the U.S. with professional athletes. But that tells you so much about the character of these players.
Back for Campos. Mexico seems to be trying to draw Argentina out. Also, perhaps admittedly, just trying to run the clock down a little bit. Should Argentina let them. The fans here not that happy. A little reach-in foul, and Mexico will get it again off the restart. Cleared far side. No chance for R.Ramírez to come back and get it.
Well, again, the two teams met in group play, so if there were any jitters for Mexico about being in a final or facing Argentina, of course, it was taken away because they'd seen each other before and played against each other before in the tournament.
Another throw-in. Well, Mexico can do this. Just try and delay, slow things down, but against a team with Gabriel Batistuta and Alberto Acosta up front, it could come back to bite them. They're going to need to do something to try and hold the ball on the other half of the field, because Galindo, Sánchez, and Zaguinho are getting very